Texture is a huge part of the human experience. You feel different textures with everything you touch. It makes you continue to eat the things you want to eat. It's the reason you decide to wear the clothes that you wear every day. It is all texture. And that's part of the reason why I love film photography so much. The colors and using the cameras to the texture of the film grain on every film photo that you get back. It has such a rich realness to it that shooting with a digital camera just doesn't provide me, which is part of the reason why I don't love shooting digital photos. And that's why I love shooting Polaroids. You get to instantly see these really beautifully textured, colorful film photographs that you shot right then and there. But what about making Polaroids when you don't necessarily have the option to shoot a Polaroid? What about taking a digital image and turning it into a Polaroid? To give a digital image texture when you don't have an opportunity to actually shoot the film. And that's when I bring in my new favorite film camera, the Polaroid Lab. The Polaroid Lab is pretty much a Polaroid printer that you set your phone on top of, press a button, and then a Polaroid comes out featuring whatever image you decided to drop onto the top of the lab. The Polaroid Lab does not replace wanting to use a Polaroid for me, but it replaces the stress of trying to use a Polaroid in a situation where having a Polaroid is not really convenient. For instance, later this year I'm going on tour with Khalid, and I'll be carrying around a couple big digital cameras on me to shoot these big stadiums. But I'm not gonna have time to pull out a Polaroid, plus they're not really all that consistent at like a dark show. So having something like a Polaroid Lab that I can throw a phone photo or a digital photo through after the show to provide a digital photo with the texture of film, then scan it with a scanner that I bring with me to just create another type of texturized moment from these shows. That's what you use something like this for. This is a creative tool. It's not a replacement for a real Polaroid. I'll show you how it works because it's kind of genius. First thing you're gonna wanna do is download the Polaroid app because it's integral to this system. So pretty much all you do is load it with iType, 600 speed, or black and white Polaroid film. Open the app, select which image you want to print, and then lay your phone on top of it. I didn't really understand how this worked because every time I put it down, I didn't really line up my phone perfectly. So I took a screenshot of the screen when it was laying flat to see what they were doing. And pretty much it somehow uses a sensor to determine where the Polaroid needs to line up. It darkens the screen immensely to like almost the darkest setting because Polaroid sensitivity is way different than how bright a phone screen is. And then it captures the screen. I find that images that you edited over with like a pretty heavy filter or something don't really look that great. So an unedited iPhone photo ends up really taking the characteristics of the Polaroid that you're printing on much better than if it was already edited. I will have to give you a warning, if you're gonna be using your phone, do not have any sort of screen protector or anything on it because it creates this weird aberration on the film, or if you have a crack going through your screen protector, that will show up. Just keep that in mind when you're making or printing with this thing. Lastly, this video is not affiliated or sponsored by Polaroid. When I like something like this that has such a controversial place in the market, I think it's important to share why I love it. Because I know a lot of photographers are like, that's not really shooting Polaroid, which it's not, but it's still real Polaroids you're putting in here. So yeah, this is my Polaroid Lab that I bought from the store with my own money. I cannot wait to see what sort of creative things I do with this. I want to try printing some concert photos and then emulsion lift them like in my hotel room and then scan that. I've got a lot of ideas for this thing, so I'm really stoked to see what I can come up with. I apologize for the lack of videos. To be honest, I've been pretty self-conscious about how I look on camera, and that's really taken away from me wanting to share consistently. Maybe I'm giving you a little bit too much information, but that's really why I haven't been posting recently. So hopefully I'll put some more stuff out soon, but this thing, Polaroid Lab, fire.